And what is sexual projection?
Yes, and I would define it probably a lot more tightly than most people would. To me, it's any kind of projection given to another person, whether it be male or female, that is intended to make the person feel sexually secure, safe, or worth,
Desired.
or desire, or worth, give them self-worth. Now, I'm talking about the projection to the person who's receiving it. Obviously, the person who's giving it, their motivations may be more than just sexual. So, and in fact, they often are more than just sexual. In fact, most of the time, they are to do with power, control, fear, and other emotions, not just sexual emotions.
Yeah.
Most people have been taught from a very, very young age to use sexual projection as a means of manipulating people who have power over them in order to feel safe and secure in some way.
Yeah.
And so often sexual projection is very much linked to safety and security, personal welfare, safety and security sexually, but also safety and security physically. So it usually is accompanied by a feeling that you might be violently treated, and it's a way of actually giving something to another person to prevent potential violent treatment. It is also used for many other things. So it's used in order to gain a sense of worth or gain a sense of superiority. And sometimes we receive sexual projection from one gender in order to gain superiority over another gender.
And you said we receive sexual projection. Do you mean we give sexual projections to?
Well, we want the sexual projection from another person in order to feel power over the opposite gender to whom we're receiving the sexual projection from. So if I put it more clearly, we might be a woman who receives sexual projection from men in order to feel more powerful than other women when she's in the company of other women. So it can become quite complicated in terms of how and why we receive and give sexual projection or the energy of sexual feelings to other people.
So there's a couple of things I feel we can even hone like very seriously in on what is sexual projection. So a couple of things I'd written down. It's the desire to transmit sexual emotions or energy at another person, would you say?
Well, yeah, sexual emotions are always connected to attraction. So usually there's a attraction of some kind projected at another person. And when I say it's a sexual attraction, because it's about trying to either gain sexual superiority, or because you're feeling sexual inferior, or because you want some kind of sexual interaction. And it's it is an energetic exchange, but all energy is emotion in motion. So, energy in motion. So it's better to describe it as emotion of a sexual nature transmitted to or from other people in order to do something with it. Obviously, you're doing something with it, and that's what we need to discuss.
And you've said really importantly that it's not always about sex, and we can go into that even more deeply, can't we?
Yes, when I say it's not always about sex, what I mean is that obviously the fact that we're receiving or transmitting it means that we've turned it into something sexual, but often the underlying reason why we've done that is not always about sex, and often that is about safety, security, power, superiority, and other emotions.
Yes.
Even worth-based emotions.
If I can just say one last thing about the definition.
Sure.
I really wanted to emphasise that it is a real soul-based exchange.
Yes.
Even if no words are said, even if no physical contact is made, there is a soul-based exchange happening between. If the other party is receptive to the projection, then there's an exchange happening between two or more parties in this projection, and it is an attempt to exchange sexual energy with another person, sexual emotion, with another person.